May I remind you that trading is risky and not suitable for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results. Please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term, and never risk money you cannot afford to lose. Welcome to QuantBox Daily. Today's Friday, November 18th. This is the London briefing. All right, so here we are. It's a little bit like Groundhog Day at the moment. So neutral on the euro dollar. I point your attention to this over here in terms of the amount of items that are red in favor of euro dollar bearishness, but we remain neutral for reasons explained down below. I'll let you read through that in your own time. In terms of news today, we've got some medium and low tier news out of the euro. And then later today in the dollar, we've got some medium and high tier news. So keep an eye on that. Otherwise, a pretty quiet data slate. So far as fundamental bias is concerned, euro dollar still coming through neutral. Okay, pound dollar coming through neutral. Dollar CAD coming through neutral. Aussie USD coming through neutral. Kiwi dollar coming through as bullish. Japanese yen pairs. We've got Aussie yen coming through neutral. CAD yen coming through neutral. Euro yen is a buy. Pound yen is neutral. And Kiwi yen is a buy. We'll take a look at those in a moment. One thing I do want to go over though, do we have any news coming out of the UK? None whatsoever. All right. In terms of our Swiss franc pairs, Euro Swissy coming through neutral. Pound Swissy coming through neutral. Aussie Swissy neutral. Kiwi Swissy is a buy. And CAD Swissy is a buy. We'll take a look at those technically in a moment. So jumping onto our technicals, starting with euro dollar, we remain above the monthly R2, and our plan for waiting for a lower low, lower high based on the fact that we simply cannot buy up here is still waiting to be realized. Okay, so as you can see here, we still remain in a range, and the way to avoid trading this range is just to wait for a trend, because you don't want to get stuck inside this nonsense, right? This thing that just sucks up liquidity and loses money because of the difficulty in knowing where to close, how to manage the trade. So not looking for a buy up here because of us being out of position for a buy. And in terms of a sell, we haven't got bearishness. Okay, look at the structure of price. And then you got your 21 above your 55 with a good angle of separation, but you're no longer trending at the moment. Okay. Is this still bullish? Well, yes, because of this higher low and this higher low over here. We are still bullish. We would need to see a lower low, lower high to cancel out this bullishness. How long could we remain up here for? Well, the rest of the month for sure. Possibility. Into next month. Possibility for sure. Could we then pop up into December? Absolutely. It's totally possible. Do we need to come all the way down here first? Not necessarily, no. Could price be waiting for the daily 21? Absolutely. How do you manage any trading up here? Just simply look for a break of the range and then trade that accordingly. Okay. So at the present moment in time, we're pretty much doing nothing, which has been the theme this entire week. And you look at price for this entire week, that's what this week has been. And if you've been paying attention for, you know, higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs, then at present you're not doing anything, which is great because that means you're avoiding any low volatility trading. Indecision, data dependency, whatever you want to call it. Aussie USD remains at the profit-taking zone, and you don't have any reason to be selling yet. You can see price moved down yesterday, but then price broke back up through this resistance on the left-hand side here, and is now back inside the range. And so just leave that alone and wait for the lower low, lower high. I'm looking for the lower low, lower high on the daily time, on this H4 time frame. I'm not looking for a buy right now because I'm currently at a monthly profit-taking zone, and so I'm sitting back and waiting patiently for an opportunity to take a trade. I personally trade trends because they make more money. Trends run. You can put a trade in, and you can then accumulate pips on that trade, add more positions to that trade, and make a ton of money. In a range, you can't do that. And you can see specifically in this situation here, where you've got a range that is not behaving like a standard range where you've got a specific top and specific bottom. You can see this is just very much not telling you a story of lower lows and lower highs, or higher highs and higher lows. And so if you were to trap price in this range, you can see that that's pretty much what you've got. Price breaking out slightly, price breaking back in. So as long as price remains in that consolidatory state and inside that range, you aren't doing anything. Well, this is at least what how I'm playing this. I'm waiting for opportunities. And I remember last year we were in a range for 6 months. I'm not saying that's the same thing that's going to happen now by any means, but last year we were in a range for 6 months. Let's go back to that chart. And you can see here, we ranged for a significant period of time, and then eventually we got that lower low, lower high. And if you sold there, you made a ton of money. Well worth the patience, okay? So that's what I'm waiting for. Of course, we continue to analyze the charts every single day, because if we don't, we might miss out on the opportunity to not become complacent. Keep your eyes and ears open. Okay, pound dollar is the same thing, as you can see here, currently at the monthly M4, but no reason to be selling yet. We don't have that lower low, lower high, so nothing stands out in terms of any opportunities to trade. You can see yesterday price came down, didn't make a lower low, price now come all the way back up. Okay, you can see that's your H1 chart. Okay. In terms of Kiwi dollar, this is H4, currently above the monthly profit-taking zone, okay? And we can see here also still consolidating. Yesterday coming down, did not break below these wicks, okay? Came back up inside the range, and we're still currently ranging. Again, same story, waiting for lower low, lower high to take the opportunity if it presents itself. USD CAD, yesterday I said to you guys that we were looking for a close at this support. It didn't happen yesterday. This was yesterday's New York candle. There was no close at support. This was the New York Stock Exchange candle. There was no close at support. And then this over here was the Asia bias candle, no close at support. And subsequently, we've now broken that support. So my trade plan on USD CAD was not realized. And so I leave that alone, okay? Going to have to just wait and see what price is doing, what price is up to, and just trust in my analysis. So I'm not doing anything with USD CAD, because I now expect price to continue going down. Can't sell down here because I'm currently out of position for a sell based on us being at a monthly profit-taking zone, okay? Also weekly M2 and everything else. So taking a look at the yen pairs, has much changed on the yen pairs daily? No, you can see they're still stuck in tight consolidation. On the Aussie yen, in terms of the CAD yen, still stuck in consolidation as well. That's this week. You can see there, not something I want to get involved in, and avoiding that by, you know, only trading higher highs and higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs. This is the euro yen. You can see here just bouncing around. Pound yen, also over the last couple of days, really not favorable for making good money. And then Kiwi yen, it's the same situation, right? You can see, look at that, sideways market. Going to leave that alone. Aussie Swissy, has anything changed? Nope, still sideways. CAD Swissy, currently the profit-taking zone, looking for that higher high, higher low. You can see we haven't received it. So price broke out. Now we're sitting over here, and we have not come back down for a higher low. You can see price breaking that support left-hand side. So not interested in that. Euro Swissy on the daily time frame, you can see here, let's just get rid of the zigzag. I was working with a student last night going through this. You can see here, this is not, look for lower lows and lower highs, look for higher highs and higher lows, currently consolidating. So I leave that alone as well. Pound Swissy, also still sideways. And Kiwi Swissy also sideways. It is what it is. The thing is that you've got to pay attention to indicators, look at the type of market that you're in, and then decide what you're going to do based on that. I think that this is a real test of patience, a test of discipline. And if you haven't got patience and discipline, then you're going to lose your money. You can obviously, there might be some opportunities where you can get a trade here or there, but the question is, could you get that trade consistently? If you make $5 today, are you going to keep it when you take your next trade? There's no point in making $5 today and losing $10 tomorrow. Consistency is key. In order to be consistent, you've got to know exactly what you're trading consistently and trade it in a consistent fashion with total control. At present, I'm not seeing favorable market conditions, so I'm sitting back and waiting for that to take place, and I'll be as patient as necessary. Last year, waited an entire 6 months before that lower high on those dollar pairs, and that was worth the wait, right? So you can do the same if you want to. Of course, if you're getting into trades, just ask yourself, am I trading a trend or a range? Somewhere on the time frames, there must be a trend. I like to look at the daily time frame first and then take it down to H4. If I don't see anything on either of those time frames, I don't go lower down. It's as simple as that. Yeah, it's frustrating, no doubt. Absolutely 100%. But that's just the nature of the market. You can't control the waves of the ocean. You cannot control the market. All you can do is pay attention to information that you receive and then make good risk management decisions based on that information. Are you in trading for the high, or are you in trading to make money? If it's the latter, use control, be consistent, and that'll lead to confidence, which will result in you growing capital. Let's see what next week brings. We could be in this for a while, so my recommendation is be patient. If you find yourself wanting to trade, then I highly recommend downloading a simulator. FX Blue has a great one. Installing it on your chart and going and practicing past markets. Trade those, work on certain skills. You could do a number of exercises. You could look for opportunities where you can do counter trend trading, weekly swing trading, trading of trends, practicing ranges, whatever you'd like. And the nice thing is, in that simulator environment, you're working on sharpening your skills and you are not risking real money. It's a good way to pass the time if you're sitting here waiting for the market to give you a direction. Thank you for a great week. I won't be posting a New York update because the charts aren't giving anything that stands out to me. Unless I see something, if I do see something, I will then post an update. But I'm expecting this to continue for a while. How long is that while? I'm not sure, but at least for the rest of today. We'll see what happens. Stay disciplined, stay patient, stay liquid. Have a good day, my friends. Cheers.